Good morning. Hello. My name is Leslie Williams, and I am in San Diego. Beady beady bo. Bodie bodie bee. Nee nee nee. Nee. This is 98% of this video will be an informative video, but the other 2% will be will have comical moments. That's right. Because that's what I do. Itty bitty bo. Anyways, I'm in San Diego County, California. And the reason why I'm making this video is because today I'm taking a short break from my morning rituals. You know, vitamins, washing my face, getting out clothes to wear for the day, and tying up my finger. I accidentally, check this out, it's been a very depressing thought process. Well, what happened to my finger? I have fungus on my toe. And in the middle of the night, you know how like sometimes if you got like poison ivy or whatever, and you wake up in the middle of the night and you scratch yourself while you're sleeping. Well, I got a fungus on my toe. And I was scratching it in the middle of the night, and check it out, it transferred to my finger. I am so nervous about it transferring to the other fingers that I'm constantly having to wrap it up on a daily basis. It's not very visually appealing in reference to the wrapping, but I don't want this to spread to my other fingers, and I can't even spare the time to go to the hospital or to a whatever type of doctor would deal with that, because I'm so tied up in in preparations of keeping myself safe. Because I got to move to different, setting up different hiking areas because of the craziness that they pulled towards me, more than likely using a property owner who just magically appeared to come across my path in reference to a place I planned on setting up a second hiking area within 30 minutes after me arriving there. And let me just give you a tidbit of information here. The excuse that person used to be in my presence on September 8th was the same exact identical excuse to a T. In other words, black and white, same exact, no margin of error, no other statements were made except for the same exact excuse that is totally and completely identical that was used around me, concerning me, at a hiking area that I was hiking at in 2006 when I came out here in San Diego, when I was out here between 1 and 38 days. The same exact literal excuse to a T. My name is Leslie Williams, and I am in San Diego County. That means I'm not in any other county right now except for San Diego. I act a little bit silly in my videos because it's my whole goal to put a smile on your face. Anyways, what's the point of this particular video? The point of this particular video is to illustrate some of the hypocrisy, the extreme hypocrisy concerning what is happening towards me in San Diego County as a result of me being a organized gang stalking target. This particular video is going to be made concerning the factual realities of the hypocrisy when it comes to, but not limited to, UCSD. That's right, sweet peas. And I'm going to tell you something right now, fellow American citizens, fellow San Diegans, fellow La Jollans, and fellow Americans. I'm not a rebel rouser. I'm not a troublemaker. I literally just go about my day, every day, minding my own business, like normal, healthy Americans do. Citizens worldwide, even. And I'm not that good at making videos. I'm video shy, for one. And sometimes I get a little anxious as well. The point I'm trying to make is this. Let me give you a tidbit of information concerning the factual realities of what's happening to me in San Diego, including at UCSD. In between May of 2012 and November of 2012, I experienced non-stop organized stalking, gang stalking, overt sensitization methods happening around me, concerning me, about me, towards me, and against me at every single place I went to at UCSD. Every single place. Building, bathroom, walking routes to restaurants and bus stops, bathrooms, everywhere. Now, and even including in the Associate Dean's office, which was 15 feet away from the biomedical library. Now, so, and that's not including the cyber surveillance, cyber hacking, cyber espionage, hacking into my email accounts, erasing video files off my video cards. I got this little, like right now I'm taking this video, and the video camera that I'm using has got a memory card that you slide into the video camera. I take the video card out of the video camera, and back then I was using an external USB connector, plugging it into their computers inside the biomedical library, and then putting the memory card into the USB connector, opening up YouTube, and then uploading the videos into my YouTube accounts. Any video that they perceived as being a threat to them, they decided to go ahead and delete it before it could even be uploaded. That's right. And they're doing the same thing with my personal computer that I bought on May 29th, 2013. Now, let's get back to UCSD, because you better believe I want to. Now, let me tell you something. I've already stated in this video that I'm not a rebel-rouser at all. I'm not a troublemaker. I'm aware that I live in a system that has been set up by people long before I was born. And so, you know, I don't do anything at all in any way, shape, or form at all in any realm of the word that affects anybody's get-along. Okay? You know, their get up and get along. I don't bother no one. I literally do not bother no one. Okay? And so, when I was going to the biomedical library, and on occasion the Gillespie Library over at UCSD in 2012, and every other place I went to on their campus, I was being subjected to what is called organized stalking, gang stalking, sensitization methods. And it's a clever, overt way to let a targeted individual know that they're being stalked by sensitizing them to words, phrases, physical gestures, statements, certain types of people, like gangster-looking types of people, threatening-look types of people, like just, you know how like when you have like your person who's got the, I'm not saying people with tattoos are gangsters, just hear me out. What I'm trying to say is that, you know how like sometimes when you see a person who's got tattoos, they try to sensitize white women to black guys and Mexican guys, or even Persian guys, okay? And they do the same thing with black girls. They'll sensitize black girls to white guys, Mexican guys, and other gangster-type-looking guys. But I try not to stereotype people. We've all learned from that if we got any sense of mind in reference to what happened with the Trayvon Martin thing, okay? But what I'm trying to say here is that we all have certain anchored ideas in our head who could possibly be involved in some possible either illegal or gangster activity, just by the way that they carry themselves. I'm just going to flat out go ahead and say this, and I don't care what anybody thinks, because for one, if you're a woman, look, everybody, if they're honest with themselves to the core, is going to sit back and say, look, if you see a guy walking down the street going like this, okay, and he's got tattoos on his arm, he's wearing his cap sideways, he's got a bandana on his head, and then he's gaslighting you with gang stalking physical gestures, okay, that's right, and even saying gang stalking around you concerning the way how they have me sensitized to that word, then what do you think that you're going to perceive being a woman? You're going to feel threatened because you're already feeling stalked as a result of them deliberately and intentionally walking by you or standing around you doing it while they have the appearance of possibly being involved in illegal activity. While they're even carrying on cell phone conversations that they might be having on their cell phone about, hey, Dan, what you be doing tonight? What you going to do? You know, and I'm not trying to portray that this is being a Mexican or a black or anything like this, because white people have done it around me as well that they've used. But the point I'm trying to make is that they deliberately and intentionally act gangster. To give you a case in point, one time I was walking up a road that's not too far from here, and I saw a guy. I was sitting on a ledge, you know, going through my stuff, and because they purposely want to make you feel threatened. It's one of the reasons why they do this. Now, let me just have a backtrack for a second to show you that I'm telling you the truth. There's a manifesto that's on the internet right now that was written by a manager of gang stalking. You can find it at Google by going to Google and typing in a gang stalking tech, everything you need to know. It's a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking. He flat out states that they purposely and intentionally use punks. Okay? That's right. Because of the way they look. Because of the way they act. And if you got a woman who's being stalked and they're being constantly presented with and how they're letting that woman every day let her know she's being stalked, what kind of a mindset and mind frame do you think that they're trying to put her in? Let's be realistic. If we had the capacity to be honest with ourselves, which I'm sure you do, let me tell you about what they did with this one. And this is not the only time I've caught this. I was sitting on a ledge not too far from here one time, and they had an individual, because they've done it a million times just using different people, okay? Because they want to make sure that you see that you're being gaslighted. Okay, just Google that coined phrase and cross-reference it to organized stalking or gang stalking, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, they had this particular guy on this particular date. As I was sitting on a ledge, okay, and traffic was going by, every now and then you might hear like a truck, and that might get more of your attention than the regular cars going by, because the trucks are interrupting the normal flow of noise that all the cars are making when they go by. So you'll turn your head, okay? As I turned my head, I noticed this guy. He was walking up the street with a normal walking posture. But as soon as he seen me turn my head, he changed his walking posture to a normal one, to a punkish one. You know, walking like this and shit. Then when he seen that I seen him, he switched back. That's right. That's right. And I've seen this happen on more than one occasion, where I've seen, and this has even happened at UCSD, where I'd be standing at a bus stop, and they get people to walk up to the bus stop so they can gaslight me while they're standing around me. And I've seen the individuals at UCSD change their postures as they started walking to the bus stop. I turned my head, see them walking in the normal posture, and then all of a sudden they started walking in the gangster posture, and then continued to walk in that posture, because their whole goal is to make you think that you're being stalked by Mexicans, blacks, punk whites. That's right. And punkish looking blacks and punkish looking Mexicans. They deliberately and intentionally had them act certain ways to make a woman feel threatened that they're being stalked by gang members. It's where they will anchor an idea in a targeted individual's mind about certain type of people stalking them, to make them feel fearful, hypervigilant, afraid, frightened, in order to keep the body and mind, to keep the body physiologically reacting to it, and the mind frightened about it. That's right. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. Just research gang stalking concerning what I'm stating. Now, getting back to UCSD, I was going over to their biomedical library, and on occasion the Gillespie Library, between May of 2012 and November of 2013. In November 2012, minding my own business. And every single time that I went on UCSD campus, including even on their shuttles, I was being gaslighted with specific physical gestures, words and phrases, and people making overt statements around me to let me know that I was being gang stalked. And that was like the direct conversation method. Okay? And that can be Googled as well. Now, organized stalking and gang stalking, what they basically do, and I've made many videos about this. You can go to Google and extensively research sensitization methods in organized stalking and or gang stalking. And you can even go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman discusses sensitization methods." And the reason why I bring this up is because back in 2012, I made videos on their campus and away from their campus about how I was being gaslighted, which means I was being subjected to sensitization methods and other methods on UCSD property. That's right. It was happening to me in their biomedical library like you would not believe, by guests, which were mostly homeless people that they were bringing in to use, students, okay, biomedical library staff, and individuals that worked in the office behind the counter inside the biomedical library. Okay? Now, they will lie about it up and down the road, call me crazy concerning it. Okay, and then and believe that over time their methods and maneuvers they bring about me towards me will eventually cause me to be banned by them. Okay, using more than likely what is known as a street theater, which are basically nothing but staged events where they frame the situation to frame the result. That's right. Just Google street theaters and gang stalking, you'll see, and they'll even stage the witnesses. That's right. Now, getting back to what was occurring inside the bite, and I got the audio files to prove it. Recently, I just was filtering through an older tape recorder because I switched to using a different model and make, you know, over the calendar year 2013, that I was concerning what I was actually using in 2012. It literally shows individuals walking by me, leaving the study rooms inside the biomedical library and saying gang stalking as they walk by me. Now, listen to this. Just bear with me. Hear me out. In 2012, just listen to this. In 2012, individuals were walking by me along all my routes repeating gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk. In that way, non-stop. And when they were doing it, they were also sprinkling it with words like, you know, sprinkling it with other words like weird and crazy. These are words that are supposed to, for me to hear concerning me in order so I will internalize the theme of the word. That's right, it's called psychological battering and psychological harassment. Now, when they sensitize the targets to words, phrases, physical gestures, even sounds like specific ways of coughing and clearing your throat, I didn't develop their method, I'm only exposing them so you can research what I state. Okay? As a result of them making sure that I heard this everywhere I went, non-stop everywhere I went, including the physical gestures. Go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass. Read comments, which means read everything in the description of that YouTube video and cross-reference published dates to statements concerning what's in the description of that YouTube video. Now, back in 2012, I was exposing that I was dealing with these methods and tactics in the particular ways that I was experiencing them on their campus. Then an event happened in October and November of 2012, which I have to word this carefully because they'll say that Leslie's a conspiracy theorist. Leslie thinks that everybody's doing these things deliberately towards her. Leslie's crazy, because this is how they discredit organized stalking, gang stalking targets, by literally going after their mental stability in reference to labeling them as being crazy so they can discredit the truth the target's telling by discrediting the truth teller. That's right. Now, the manifesto that I've already mentioned flat out states that one of their favorite methods is to diagnose targeted individuals with schizophrenia. That's right. Now, what I was doing was I was making video files and audio files stating that I was experiencing this between May of 2012 and November 2012. Then I was starting to send online anonymous online campus police reports to campus safety at UCSD, but not signing my name. But I did give them enough personal information to, like my P.O. box, stating that I was being harassed inside the biomedical library, including by staff, in specific ways. That's right. What they wanted to do to make, well, let me just put it to you this way. Did they want to make sure, did they want to be able to know who I was personally? And how would they do that? Well, all of a sudden my bike tires started being slashed 5 feet out, that were locked up at the bike rack 5 feet outside of the biomedical library. Now, think about this. If you're being harassed in specific ways and you know that you are, undeniably know that you are, okay? And then, and you're experiencing it every day, everywhere you go, okay? And then you're experiencing it at a place you go to non-stop. They count on what is known as accumulated stress. Have you ever heard that term, the straw that broke the camel's back? Basically what they want to do is subject you to mentally and how your body even physiologically reacts to the non-stop harassment, so you get to a point to where one huge thing that happens, okay, will be possibly the last straw that broke the camel's back that will provoke you to do something that you might not normally do. And what I'm talking about is calling campus police because my tires got slashed. I call campus police and say, my tires are slashed, and I know they were slashed more than likely because I'm a victim of gang stalking. They get my name because they're supposedly making out a campus police report about my tires being slashed. They then go online, and then I said that I was even being gang stalked inside the biomedical library. They then go online and state that they found videos of me online stating that I was being gang stalked, and then use those videos to ban me from their libraries, stating that they viewed enough videos to see that I was taking video pictures of individuals in the library when I shouldn't have been. So, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. Let me tell you something right now. once I stopped going to UCSD from November 7th of 2012, I actually thought it was November 13th. It turned out to only be November 7th. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this, is that as a result of me not going to UCSD anymore between November 7th, 2012 and May 29th, 2013, I was only going on their campus to connect with other bus routes to take me to other places, like the North University San Diego Public Library, going back to SDSU, and the Law Library downtown, okay? But I bought a computer on May 29, 2013, which meant that I could still use UCSD campus, but just not their libraries, because I was banned for all libraries for 1 full year. They even gave me a letter, and you wouldn't believe what they stated in the letter, that I was invading people's privacy, that I was making derogatory statements about biomedical library staff while they're just trying to do their jobs, and that if I go back into any libraries, I would be banned for good from any libraries on their campus and possibly given a trespassing ticket. Now, as a result, listen to this. As a result of me starting to go back on UCSD campuses, because I bought a computer on May 29, 2013, I literally caught on hundreds of audio files by now. Gang stalk, oh my god, 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 gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalk, oh my god, and even weird and crazy being said also in the background. On hundreds of audio files on their campus, in several different buildings in that way. And let me tell you something, I'm at a location right now, and where I'm at right now, I make video predictions every morning before I leave for the day. In these video predictions, I show a picture of my cell phone, which shows the date and the time. I then state in these video predictions, let's see if I hear gang stalk, oh my god, being said around me in that way, anywhere I go for the day, including UCSD, okay? That's right, I use my cell phone, it's not on right now. But when it's turned on, it shows the date and the time. I then wear a running digital tape recorder on me at all times, because I've been assaulted twice. And they tried again on October 3rd, 2013 on a bus, and MTS miraculously doesn't have a copy of that video. Just got information in the mail from them a couple days ago. Okay? That's right. How convenient. But let me tell you something. When I leave this location after making a video prediction, showing a picture of my cell phone which shows the date and the time, and then I state, let's see if these words are said around me in that way anywhere I go for the day, including at UCSD, it'll be caught on the tape recorder. And the tape recorder reflects the same date but a later time, which will show that I was stalked to these places for this harassment to be said around me. It's their way to remind me that I'm a victim of this crime by constantly getting around me and repeating the name of it in specific ways, sensitization methods, around me everywhere I go, non-stop. Non-stop. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not a psychic. How can I be saying back in the calendar year 2012 that I was experiencing this on their campus in 2012 in that way? I then stopped going to their campus between November 2012 and May 2013 because I didn't have a computer and I couldn't use their libraries anymore. I buy a laptop which enables me to use Wi-Fi services on their campus. So between May and November of 2013, I was going to different buildings on their campus to use the Wi-Fi services. As I was on their campus in these calendar months, I have caught it at least on 100 separate audio files, all that method being utilized around me every single place that I have went on UCSD campus. Every single place, non-stop. Now, listen to this. I've also caught 2 separate UCSD students in October flat out admitting to me and a hitting tape recorder they obviously didn't know I had on me, that they were put in my presence to engage in organized gang stalking physical gestures. One at a bus stop at Gilman and Myers, and another at a bus stop off the corner of Villa La Jolla Plaza Drive. 2 separate UCSD students, and both of them were Asian. Now, that point matters. I'll get back to that over time. But that point does matter because of a blog that was discovered, okay, concerning somebody writing a blog way back in 2012 that they were duped to possibly, it looks like the blog was written concerning about a person being duped to harass me on their campus, and that individual states that he was Asian. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. So, UCSD, but let me just put it to you this way, because I got to be careful on how I term things, because these individuals are notorious for trying to say that you're a conspiracy theorist, that you're crazy, that you're mentally ill, because they want to make sure. Let me tell you something right now. If they use staff and students and guests to gang stalk me on their campus, that's criminal intent, that's conspiracy to harass, which makes it a felony, stalking, psychological battering, mental cruelty. Do you honestly think for 1 second that any personnel on UCSD campus will ever admit that I'm being gang stalked on their campus? Of course not. You better believe they won't. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that universities care about, period, is making sure that their image is preserved because of the dollars that are made. You better believe it. I've done my research concerning it, because concerning corruption in universities. Okay? Now, I'm a good woman. Again, when I leave my hiking area, I'm hiking in California, so what? I'm hiking because the homelessness was created of me by organized stalking expeditions. You would not believe what I know. And there is nothing that any whore downtown, and let me just back up for a second. The same method I just got done telling you, listen to this. The same method that I just got done telling you, okay, has been caught along all of my routes at SDSU, Ralph's Grocery Store, bus routes. That's right, in the same exact identical way. Inside of the Hall of Justice, inside of the San Diego Police Department headquarters, inside of the San Diego City Council meeting chambers. A reporter who's being gang stalked in Minnesota. Her name is Jessica Miles. She's a reporter for KTPS. She saw the videos of me being gang stalked in this same exact identical way on August 24, 2013, inside of the San Diego City Council meeting chambers. She saw those videos in a blog that I made, which they went in. I gotta hurry up and finish this. The day that was caught inside the city council meeting, 2 days later I went to UCSD inside the Price Center and took the videos of it being caught inside the San Diego City Council chambers, and took the memory card out of the video camera, put it into the computer, uploaded the videos, and then was scanning the other remaining videos that were on that memory card. And before I could take it out of my computer, somebody hacked into my computer and erased every single one of the San Diego City Council meeting evidence. But I was luckily able to upload them. Jessica Miles saw it. A reporter from Minnesota who's being gang stalked. Google her, and she posted the blog, because I posted the videos into a blog, and then she seen the blog, noticed the videos in it, and then pasted my link to that blog in her blog. Hang on, because she's an investigative reporter. Now, in closing, fellow American citizens, fellow San Diegoans, I do what I do because it's the right thing to do, and doing the right thing is never the wrong thing. If we cannot trust our real safety, our honest, healthy safety, to be observed, okay, and respected, okay, in our community or at any institution or public library or any business, in reference to us expecting reasonable safety measures to be observed in reference to stalking, harassment, computer hacking, cell phone hacking, then how can we as American citizens feel safe? We can't. And I'm here today to tell you, fellow American citizens, I know it for a fact that gang stalking is directly connected to human trafficking. So do you honestly think that UCSD will ever admit the truth? That their own employees engaged in gang stalking of me? No. They'll call me crazy, and I'll eventually be banned from their campus. And I'm predicting it on today's date.